Alright, so this shot should be good enough for this. What we're doing here today is we're trying a whole bunch of fucking sour candies, and I'm gonna rank them, well, as I go, but you won't actually see where they are until the very end, so maybe I'll timestamp it, maybe I'll just skip there, I don't know. So basically what happened was, as a present, I ended up getting this bag of candy. So then I thought, well, that's going to be some different kinds of candy to try there, but how many different kinds can really be in there? So then I also decided to get myself a box of sour candy. So that would have a whole fucking lot of sour candy to have. And now seeing how many different kinds there are, all these, I have a bunch sitting on the table right now, kind of prepped to go from the bag. When I kind of opened the box to try and prep that, I only took a few things out and I just put them back in so I'd be a little bit more surprised, because it was kind of looking like this was almost all different stuff. Not only was it like everything in here was like maybe one or maybe two things of like, you know, whatever's in it, but also like the bits I saw were none of the things that were in the bag. So this is going to be fucking a lot. And I didn't eat lunch, so I would have room for all this. I'm sure this is healthy to do. Okay. So we're just going to go. I'm going to probably edit out a lot of in-between stuff, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I feel in the editing process. But separating stuff, I did the best I could here with a lot of these. So we're going to start off with an interesting thing to me. So we've got like a classic. We've got Warheads, the extreme sour things. Hopefully that light isn't too bright right there. But we got these bad boys, and I'm looking at my the camera's here, but I keep looking over here because this is where my preview panel is. Classic sour candy. I have had these before, but I also want to compare them to these things that I haven't had before, but judging by the flavors and the way they look and the way they feel, these are toxic waste, and these are they might just be kind of the same thing, so I want to kind of compare them. While we're in there, why not? Starting with apple, because apple's probably going to be the worst of all of them. Look at that boy. It's all sour and shit. This light up here is probably too bright. I'm going to adjust that in a sec, probably. Once you get over the, like the sour part's really good. But I'm over that now and I'm into the just candy part. And apple's not the best candy flavor. Apples are awesome. Fake apple isn't one of my favorite flavors. It's okay, but like I remember they had like a Warheads like spray, and I remember that stuff because it was like you would just spray that stuff right onto your tongue, and there wasn't like any like sweet candy afterwards. You just sprayed sour shit right onto your tongue, and it was probably too expensive for doing that to yourself, but they were good. I'm gonna go spit the rest of this out. I get the idea. You get the idea. We get the idea. Don't worry, I have more of them. You can get more of them. It'll be fine. But let's compare to the toxic waste thing. I should have adjusted my light when I did that, but I didn't. So, oops. What are you gonna do? They're just as hard to open, so that's good. I wouldn't want to get to my fucking candy. Oh, so it's a little like it's flatter, but I don't think it's that much smaller. Maybe a little bit smaller. That stayed sour a little bit longer, and now it is sweet. The texture kind of feels cheaper somehow, but the The fake apple taste, while pretty similar, I think is like slightly better with this one. So, out of these two, yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking the toxic waste more than the Warheads. And you'll note that toxic waste is hazardously sour candy, while Warheads are extreme sour. Alright, let's go to watermelon flavor. I tried to grab 2 of each of these so I'd have one to put on the whole ranking table, but like, I only had one of some of these, so I accidentally threw away the toxic waste wrapper and I had to fish it out of the garbage. But next up we've got watermelon on both of them. Goddamn both of them. Look at them. Watermelon. Fake watermelon is one where, I used to hate it. And then I was kind of like, meh. But I'm starting to kind of come around on it. Some stuff, like, just fake watermelon is like whatever. But like, if they have like fake watermelon with a little something to it, like a Red Bull fake watermelon in there, like that's good. So maybe I like this a lot now. Oh, I forgot to, it was like the other one but pink. Oh! I should be timing how long this sour lasts. That felt a little more sour though. Yeah, the fake watermelon's pretty underwhelming. Especially after so much sour intensity, the watermelon is like so weak. You almost don't even taste it. Meh. Gives it away a little bit when it's his shit like this beforehand, but you don't know where it's going to land on the end table anyways, right? That's probably a bit better than the apple. There's no accounting for taste, but then why the fuck are you watching a food ranking video, right? Let's see if toxic waste can one-up Warheads again. Okay, so the Warheads one was pink. I know I'm colorblind, but are all the toxic waste ones going to be green? Like, I assume that's green. Oh, that's weird. Okay, that sour kind of had, like, it didn't last as long, but it had like an arc where it was like sour, a little bit, and then it was like really sour, more sour than the Warhead. And it kind of came down off of it. Still that cheap texture. I don't like that they didn't change the color of it. That's a little concerning to me for some reason. That's what concerns me about eating something that's literally called toxic waste. I think I'm going to have to give it to the Warhead one. Just because, even though the the sweet part is better on the toxic waste one, you want a sour candy for the sour part. So, I'm giving it to Warheads on that one. Remember that. Remember when I'm wrong when you see this later. My mouth is going to be so fucking sore after all this shit and barely even through the... Well, these are probably the most sour things, so I guess I'm just destroying my mouth immediately instead. Let's go for the blue raspberry. Boy, did I pick a great place to have my shots for my camera and stuff. As I always, start with Warheads. See, look, it's blue. How do you know it's blue raspberry? Because it's fucking blue. Okay. That was a pretty good sour kick. But the fucking blue fucking raspberry flavor afterwards is so disappointing. Blue raspberry is an amazing flavor. Sad. Let's wash that down with some toxic waste. Now, maybe they use green for watermelon, but for some reason they packaged that in pink because it was like Warheads did it, but they made it green because they wanted it to be green like for watermelon. Maybe they wanted both. I don't know, dude. Another note just to bring up is that it's a lot harder to get these out of the fucking package. You think it's actually toxic waste? Am I gonna get superpowers? Fatter than a speeding bullet. Well, you can see it's like a blue. So it's there. I think that sour was a little shorter. They're pretty comparable there. It was not quite as intense as the Warhead, but it's close enough where the blue raspberry flavor of the toxic waste, is better. And you can taste it a little bit during the sour part. So far it seems like a lot of the Warheads, you only taste sour during the sour part. You don't get the actual flavor until after, so I'm giving it a toxic waste. Toxic waste, you're growing on me. Just like that third arm I'm developing, you're growing on me. Now remember, I only got one. It's black cherry is the flavor. Here the toxic waste one looks like orange to me. It could be brown. A colorblind is a thing that I am. And I think it's a little weird that, like, I guess red makes sense for cherry, but like if it's black cherry, why isn't the wrapper for the black? Warheads to start, as always. Once again, we have a really nice. They almost look a little bit like the like huge tablets that you use to like color Easter eggs. You know? I don't know. Fuck! That son of a bitch is sour. Oh, that was awesome. Hot sauces and sour candies. Maybe I just like pain. And the sweet part is just like weak cherry. So, that part's kind of, Doesn't taste like medicine cherry, so that's good, but. Okay, it's time for the toxic waste one. It looks like I'll die. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Yep. Ugh. I'll give it points for being pretty sour. It's not as sour as the Warheads one. Warheads one kicked my ass. It's nice that it has flavor during the sour. Again, I like that aspect of these toxic waste things. But the flavor it had was not good. It wasn't really like medicine cherry either. I don't know if it was even really that much like cherry. It was bad though. It was, I don't know. When I say it's not that much like cherry, I don't eat real cherries ever, so I don't really know what real cherries taste like. I hope they don't taste like that. Ugh. But it was bad. It doesn't taste like the kind of cherry I was expecting, so definitely give that to Warheads. I wonder if that was the most sour one or not. I couldn't remember. So, I do think it's interesting, though. It seems like all the toxic waste ones also have the little ride of the flavor, where you first put it in your mouth, you're kind of like, okay, it's kind of sour, and then like it builds into it, and then like it kind of wears away. So I think, yeah, that's... Okay, one flavor left of these. We have lemon on both these suckers. Warhead one looking mighty tasty. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. So black cherry has more of a kick to it in the sour. I'll give it that. This still has a lot, and this is like, as I expected and remember, this is like my favorite Warhead. Because the candy afterwards still has like the lemon taste, and it kind of tastes like almost like one of those like lemon drops. Not bad. Let's see what toxic waste does to me. It'll either be like the same, with probably more lemon flavor throughout, or maybe they'll decide that, like, hey, maybe we should make it taste like the outside of the lemon. Hey, this one actually came out of the thing, and it's all like yellow, I think. Cool. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Holy shit. It still doesn't kick as hard as the black cherry Warheads. But holy fuck. That one took a while for it to get sour, but it stayed sour for quite a while too. And the flavor is really good. Like the whole time you get the flavor. Ooh. Fuck. And there's a little bit in the middle too. That is a beautiful sour candy. Now that we finished off that big chunk, I don't even think my tongue is going to work tomorrow. Let's go to gum. Because that was a thing that was made. We got extra sour Crybaby Bubblegum I don't even know if it says the flavor on here, does it? This is by Double Bubble. Which I've had regular sour stuff from them, but I don't think it was extra sour. It doesn't say a flavor on it, which is annoying. But I've got like 3 different flavors here to try. Oh god, it feels horribly sticky. They're a little big for my mouth. So I have a tiny mouth, but most of the sour I think is on the outside. And then it's just gum. So that's probably why they don't say the flavor on the package, is because they're probably just different colors and they're all just the generic bubblegum, you know, double bubble flavor. But like in a gum ball with like a lot of sour stuff on it. So it's like, it's kind of like a sour gum ball, but only the outside is sour. So I've had worse gum. It's better than regular ass double bubble for sure, but it's no Hubba Bubba Max, okay? Let's put it that way. But yeah, interesting inclusion. We do have a bunch of, there's like 5 flavors of Sour Patch Kids to do, and I gotta put them in here because I gotta taste them, you know, to compare. So I have a fresh taste on them, and there's like 5 flavors, I believe. I looked up online to make sure that there were just 5 flavors, because, again, I'm colorblind, so I did my best to grab 2 of each, so I'd have one for the display table. Let's start with, because again, they don't say the flavor on them either, which is obnoxious. You know, like it's like when you get like when you're colorblind in school and you have like the colored pencils that don't say anything on them. It's like, well, what is this? What are we doing here? I didn't show the unopened package, but here is the big kid. Oh, these are huge, dude. I think that's some kind of green or something, or yellow. I think it was maybe yellow. We'll say it is. It's probably lemon. It's okay. The sour part's good, but the whole idea with Sour Patch is they even say on them, it's like sour than sweet. So it's like, that's the thing, I get it. But it's just like the actual like gummy stuff that it's made out of feels kind of like, there's just kind of a weirdness to the texture, and like the flavor of like a, you know, of one of the things, once all the sour stuff is off of it, the flavor is kind of like, eh. Texture is eh. So, let's eat 4 more of those and have almost the exact same experience, probably. And these are different flavors, so I don't know why they don't just label the flavor. Yeah, I think it says like a blueberry thing. I don't know if it's blue raspberry or it's blueberry. I don't know. Yeah. Blueberry one's better. It's a little better taste, you know, going down. I think the trick is to try and kind of get it a little bit wet, so you have some of the, you know, it's a little more malleable, and you got like the sour flavor. But start chewing it while it's like that. Because if you wait until all the sour stuff is off of it, you're just kind of chewing on a like overly sticky, not very tasty gummy. I think that one's probably green now that I have it out here in a lot of light. Probably a green, like an apple or something. Or maybe they do lime. I'd rather lime. I might just suck the flavor off this one and not even eat it. Okay, so the lime one, the sour part wasn't quite as satisfying as the blueberry one, but once that all went away, that has the best actual just gummy flavor. So I'm still putting it below the blueberry one because it's like you want it for the sour part, but like that one was good enough where I still ate it. It's probably like a cherry. I think it's red. They look red to you? You guys can see color, can't you? Alright, so cherry was a little bit better. Maybe a little better than lemon. I will say this, they kind of like entice you almost to like, how do I put that? How do I put it so it's not weird? Like, when you're like sucking on it, and like, once like, maybe around half or so of like the granules of like the sour sugar stuff are gone, or whatever the fuck that shit's called, you're like, now would be a good time to start chewing on this. Like, you just naturally like want to start chewing at that point because it feels like it's like something that's like, you know, close to being like, oh, I could almost swallow this because it's really soft, but it's not quite there, so I need to chew up the rest of the bits that are hard on it because you're feeling the texture. That's interesting. And lastly, we have the orange one, I think. I hope I grabbed orange. I don't think it's another green, but sometimes oranges and greens are hard for me. I don't know why. Okay, I think I need to get something that's like orange flavor again that I know I really like. Because, like, I used to fucking love orange flavored stuff. And, I don't know, the last couple times I've had some orange flavored stuff that I used to like, I don't like it as much anymore. So maybe my taste buds have been changing. But, like, that was not great. The taste when I was first having it was fine. And in fact, for all the Sour Patch Kids, essentially, the sour part's good. I like it. You still get a little bit of that flavor in there too with the sour, and it's nice. But then, like, as soon as you're done, you're like sucking all the sour off of it. Then the rest of it's just like, I don't want this. It's kind of gross, and you almost just eat it out of obligation because you're like, I don't want to waste it. I started eating it, but yeah, really, they just need to make the sweet part tastier. And these would be great. Or, conversely, just make the whole thing sour, and they'd be great. But as is, like, I don't know. We'll see where they fall in the ranking against everything else. Let's do a couple small things here. At first, when I saw these, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's stupid. They just give me Smarties? Those aren't sour, but, like, they say, like, extreme sour underneath them. So, like... if you can read that, apparently these are supposed to be sour, so I doubt they're that sour. Like, call them just regular. Everything that's sour is extremely sour, okay? It's okay to have things that are just a little bit sour. Because sometimes stuff that's too sour just hurts. I'm just going to take a little clump of them here. So I get a few different flavors in one or something. So I'll take my meds. Okay. Just call those sour Smarties. Because they're not extremely sour. They're a little sour. Because they do still kind of taste like Smarties, though. Just like there's a bit of sour in with the sweet, kind of at the same time. Those are pretty good. Just call those... just call those that. I don't know. Before I put it on the table, we'll do another little small quick one here. There's a bunch of these. This is by Tootsie. This is from the Tootsie Roll Company, which I didn't realize Frooties were Tootsie Roll, because they also have another one that's Tootsie Roll that just has flavors also. I remember this brand usually from like when you go to the parades, you get like regular Tootsie Rolls, and I was like, fuck that shit. But then they throw out the fruity ones or whatever, and you're like, oh man, these are great. And this one is sour cherry. And I don't know that they make a whole bunch of sour flavors, but I'm inclined to believe that they don't, because this package only has a bunch of sour cherry ones. There's a lot of these in there. So that's my guess. It might not be super sour because it just says sour cherry. So. It's a little tough. Not sure how new it is. Maybe my mouth is just destroyed already from all the other shit, but this really just tastes like regular cherry. So, not bad, but not sour. Alright, I've never really even had Mike and Ike's that much, ever, really. I mean, I've had them before, I know I have, I just don't remember what they were like at all. These are, yeah, Mike and Ike. Wait, these aren't Mike and Ike? Oh yeah, they are. So, like a dumbass, I was like, wait, I thought this one was called Mike and Ike. And I was like, well, I saw the and sign in there. And then I read it like, as if it was supposed to be like this for that word. And I was like, what the fuck? Mike? Pew Ike? No, it's Mike and Ike. Sour lemon. Chewy sour flavored candy. And they're actually that size. Wow, even their fucking barcode has Mike and Ike on it. That's... Do they need to do that? Actual size? I mean... Okay, like, it's pretty close to actual size. They're embellishing a bit, but okay. Okay. Oh. What? Oh. Ooh. Alright, so these are excessively sticky on the teeth. I don't care for that aspect of it. A little too sticky there. Maybe if I sucked on it longer, it wouldn't be as bad, but... The flavor is really good. It's got, it's decently sour. It's not, like, super sour, but it's pretty sour. And, it's lemon, so it's, like, also kind of refreshing, too, at the same time. I don't know, I like them. I like them. Alright, I don't know what the fuck these are. We've got a number of things that are just... They're just in packages like this. Completely clear. They don't say what they are. And, like... I could maybe go onto the Amazon page for this bag of candy and be like, what are the things that are in the thing? And by process of elimination, figure out what the fuck this is. But, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with what I presume to be like a lemon one, probably. And we'll see what that's like. Since I don't know what the hell they are anyway. Let's see if they're any good. You think they would have some kind of marking on the package. This could just... maybe I'm just going to be eating poison? I don't know. I don't know, it's just... Kind of like a lemon drop, just a lemon hard candy. It doesn't taste particularly sour. Okay, well, let's try all the flavors, I guess. They're probably all going to be just as bland. Maybe grain poison will be better. So green, I'm pretty sure, was lime. Again, not really sour, just kind of lime. They kind of have like a very faint hint every now and then of like something weird, like, not even really in the taste, but it's like the connection between taste and smell is like in the middle of there. You kind of get it like in the back of your head, and you're just like, what is that? And you get like a scent. Not a scent, like a sense. You sense something, you're like, that's weird, and then it kind of goes away. Red. See, because my guess is the orange one is just going to be orange. So they're all citrus, but then what the fuck would red be? There's not like a red citrus thing as far as I'm aware. Oh, don't be watermelon. Pretty much just cherry, I guess. On the bright side, not watermelon. And I think this is orange. And when I say that, I mean both the color and the flavor. It's orange. I don't know. These were just... I don't even know if these are supposed to be in there. They feel like they're just kind of there. I don't taste any sour on them, really. Like, the lemon a little bit, I guess, because lemons are sour. They're supposed to be. So it's like, maybe there's a bit there, but the others all just taste like regular sweet candy, so... I don't know. I don't know the thought process behind that. Alright, the last thing from the bag. The last unique item. We have Effruty sour fried gummy candy. These. Oh, hold on. No way. No way. Is that really in there? Or is that just on the outside? That's just on the packaging. No way, dude. Okay, I love that. They put it in a little separate piece of cardboard, really. It's like, oh, you got my thing of fried. I love that. Okay. Got all different little flavors of fries. You don't taste very sour. Needs more salt. Here, not. Look at that sour. I don't know if they really are sour at all. Like, they had the stuff on them like they're supposed to be sour, you know? Bonus points for the awesome packaging. Love that. That's hysterical. But there's like not a whole lot of flavor. There's almost no sour to them. And they're a little stiff. So, not impressed. Not impressed. Out comes the box. Full. I'll give you a peek here if I can open it. Of all kinds of goodies. Oh, shit. Since this fell right the fuck out, we're gonna try some of this insanely large package of, Fun Dip Sour. It took me a long time to be like, what is lick made? According to the back here, maybe it says on the front too. It does. It fucking does. You get 2 Lick-a-Sticks and 3 Sourlicious flavors. So like, Tartastic Mystery Dip looks like blue raspberry, but maybe it's not. But that's what it looks like from there. And I hope so. And then there's Strawberry Smackaroo Dip, and there's Watermelon Whammo Dip. So, I don't really like Fun Dip. Fun fact. How do you open this? Well, let's just try tearing it up here and hope it goes well. It didn't. Well, I had trouble opening it with my hands, so I grabbed the scissors, and I thought that would be safer. I mean, I don't really need all of my fingers. Right? Like, fucking... I'm like I'm Batman or some shit. Okay. I still have not completely succeeded in that. Ah, yes. No, you bastard. Lick-a-Sticks. Hell yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with the strawberry. Is the stick sour? No. You didn't even see me do that, did you? Oh, yeah. Okay. Put your shit on there. You don't really want to share these, do you? Unless everybody uses their own flavor, because... It just tastes like strawberry. It's like a little bit of sour there, maybe? It's a little sour. I can feel the twang of the sour. Which is good for watermelon. It gives watermelon a little something to not suck. And let's try the mystery. I still don't know what it is. It's just kind of like sweet. It's like sour and sweet. Like you can kind of feel the sting of the sour, but you don't really get a sour flavor. It's just kind of like sour, and then it's like sour, like the sour twang, the sour pain, and then you have the, which is partly because my tongue's already like had a bunch of sour shit on there, so that's why I know it's there. And then it's a little bit of, it's like sweet. Almost immediately like a pixie stick, and then it's like, then the flavor. Like the aftertaste of the flavor. So, not a fan. Not a fan. What is this? I expect a replacement sent in the mail. From Lickmade. What other treasures has the box? Let's get another comically large thing. These are sour Razzles. I was like, is it Razzers? Is it Razzlers? Is it Razzles? I would have got it right one of those times. I've never had these, so that's also cool. These are, yeah, apparently first it's candy, then it's gum. And they've got the flavors, and they've got them all like named up there, so I know what all of them are and everything. That's handy. I wish all candy did that. This is it's a pretty nice feeling package too. Wow, and it's peanut free, so that's I would have imagined that's what it was, but let's dig in. Let's get ourselves one of each. Maybe. Oh, that's the only downside, is they don't say what they are on the things. So if you're colorblind, good luck, dumbass. Let's start with, I'm pretty sure this is cherry. Little like bumps on the top and stuff. Razzle me. Ooh. Ooh, ah. Wait, what? I thought you turned into gum. Oh, kind of. Well. Okay, yeah. Wow. Oh, those are weird. Here's the thing. Okay, couple things. A few things. A number of things. That way I can even just say one and it's still a number. Is that they're very, like... they're very, like, angular and, like, sharp. It's like all this stuff in here. It's like it kind of, like, hurts your mouth if you move it around too much. They are decently sour. Like, they're, again, like, these are actually kind of sour the whole time. When I started, like, it softened a little bit and I bit into it. It was like... yeah, it was kind of like it started to, like, soften a little, but it was kind of like, just, like, turning into, like, weird pieces. And I was like, this is strange. And then, it got, like, more sour when I did that, too. There's, like, so there's, like, sour stuff in the middle of it. And then, like, I assume if you chew it long enough, it just becomes more and more like gum. But it still had so much flavor, and they're, like, small enough, and, like, I swallowed it. I mean, I will swallow actual gum most of the time too, which you're not supposed to do. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but I do that. So, you know, I'm sure it's been enough years at this point where, you know, it's probably been at least 7 years since I last swallowed gum, other than right now. So, you know, I'll be fine. But dang. Also, I just realized now they're called sour Razzles. They're not just, maybe there's regular Razzles that are sweet. Well, we got a few more flavors to do, so let's do them. Which one are you? This is maybe lime. I don't know. Yeah, they actually get more sour when you start chewing them. That's interesting. So now I have to eat this one, and figure out if this one actually is orange like I think it is. You think I would know because I just ate the one that I thought was lime. I do still think it's lime, but it was weird. Hints of lime, but... I am 56% sure that one was orange. They get like so much more flavor once you start chewing them that they probably would be like a nice, like, very small, not a lot of gum, like a nice small bit of gum to have. And that's, you know, I'm not even going to eat the other two. Am I? No. I don't really need to. Honestly, I don't. Because they're all in the same pack. These are good. These are like... These are really... I've never even heard of these, I don't think. I mean, I've heard of razzling somebody, but like... I don't know. These are really good, the Razzlers. Yeah. Nice surprise. Holy shit. You know, it's probably because I taste the no peanuts. So these are more Sour Patch Kids, but this is just a bag of what we already ate. So this is actually already basically on the table. And it's very unlikely you'll get them all separate like that other bag had them anyway, so I might just rearrange it and put this bag on the table. So do you think this is just like all a bunch of those toxic waste things but in here? Because if that's just those in this, then we can also rearrange that. Maybe let's give me a full thing of Warheads. This is a cool ass container. Can I open this without hurting myself? Probably not. Like stuff around oozing out of there. Look at that, look at that. Ah, that's a cool container. It includes a, oh, this also says it includes a mystery flavor. Oh no. I mean, it's all the same stuff, I guess. But let's try the toxic waste mystery flavor. Do you think it's one of the existing flavors, or do you think that's a black cherry, or do you think this is just going to be weird? I don't know if it's because I had so many other sour things already, or what, but that hurt. And I don't know what flavor that is. Well, this part just comes off of there. That's good. Get back on there. You're part of the decoration. Get on the damn thing. Glad I did it though. Jesus. Fuck. It looked exotic, so I grabbed it from the box of mystery. Candy buttons, sours. I never really had regular candy buttons, so I don't even know the baseline of where these are going. But I got 2 Pop Pab sheets. Oh, do you think it said poppable sheets and then it cut off over there? Or, I don't know. I don't care. Let's open it. They don't look super appealing, honestly. But I think the idea is they just kind of pop off of the thing, off of the paper. You guys have probably had them before. Do they pop off? Do you pop off of there? Hello? Kind of like tear off of there. I don't know. Fucking. I'm missing a couple down here. But, I don't know. Those don't even taste sour. Weak, dude. Oh, yep, they're down. They're in here, I believe. Okay, well those suck. Go back in there, please. Oh, those are awful. Those are awful. Well, okay, they're not. It's not like I couldn't eat them, but like they just taste sweet. They don't even really have like much flavor. They just kind of taste like sweet. You look more fun than you are. Okay, so we don't have enough Warheads things, so let's get this in here. Some more Warheads. Ages 4 and up. Chewy candy, sour booms. Oh God. Oh, they look like sour Skittles. Look at that shit. You seeing that shit? It's like fucking sour Skittles. Well, I'm just gonna eat them. I'm gonna eat 3 at once. Probably. Maybe. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh. The coating's pretty good. They are pretty much like, how do I want to put this? They're kind of like, they're somewhat similar to sour Skittles, except they're way more sour than sour Skittles are. So that's awesome. The flavor doesn't seem to be quite as good. It's a little better than the regular Warheads, but the sour doesn't last as long. And it's almost a little bit like, it's almost like when you have like a Tootsie Pop and you are chewing on the middle bit, that's like, part of it is still like the Tootsie Pop. Like the, actual like sucker part, so it has that flavor to it. But part of it's also the Tootsie Roll part. They've kind of like fused there, so you kind of get like both. So you kind of have that texture and like the flavor thing going on. It's kind of like that, like a tougher sour Skittle type thing going on. That's pretty good. It's not bad. If they're a little softer and had a little bit better flavor, for the after part, be great. But they're still pretty good. Speaking of which, we got some sour Skittles right here. They gave us some. But you can't go wrong with sour Skittles, right? The original Lime Up. Oh my god. Oh, kill me. So, let's see what these bad boys are like. Are these as good as I remember, or was I just full of crap a few seconds ago? Let's give it the same treatment and eat like 3 of them at the same time. How about? That sounds fair. Look at that. See? See how similar those are? These are probably a little bigger though. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, these are a little more sour than I remember. So I gotta give it to the sour Skittles there. They got the sour part is not that much. Like, it's still not as sour as the Warhead ones, but it's still sour. Pretty close. And the flavor after you start eating them is much better because it's just like Skittles. And it's just like they're a bit softer. You're chewing them, like the texture of them when chewing them is more pleasant than those. So I'll give it to sour Skittles. I'll give it to sour Skittles. I like to blame it on the sugar, but I'm an idiot anyway, so it's not really the sugar. Here we have a handful of Super Blowpops. I feel like that's a classic versus. This would be an epic rap battles of history about Blowpops versus Tootsie Pops. And the thing is, from what I remember, I just like the Blowpops better. I don't really care if there's gum in the middle, but I always thought the Tootsie Roll stuff in the middle of a Tootsie Pop was kind of nasty. The Tootsie Pop, the actual sucker part was okay, but the chocolate in the middle was always like, eh. We got a few flavors of this, and I gotta tell you, I don't want to try every single fucking flavor of this either. So, since I've been grouping shit anyways, I'm going to assume that you can probably just buy these in a bag of Blowpops, and we'll just call it good. Which flavor sounds the best? This one says sour apple. Probably not. What do you say? Can I read you? Sour limeade. That sounds kind of cool. Ah! Sour strawberry lemonade. What? And sour strawberry lemonade. I'm going to try the limeade. So the effect of the different colors is kind of neat, but it looks awful. Fucking awful. Look at it. It looks terrible. Would you eat that? I guess I am. Guys, now I'm going to in my mouth. It's so big. First impressions. Too big for my mouth. I don't know how I ever ate these as a kid. This may be edited a bit, because this may take a while. Alright, I get the idea. It's alright. You know, there's gonna be gum in the middle. And these things are huge. They have really good flavor though, and they're big. And you get gum afterwards. So, really, really like the flavor of these. It's easier to straight up eat, you know, a Tootsie Pop, but I don't even know if they make sour Tootsie Pops. I didn't see any in this box or the bag, so that's I think that's good enough. It's not like real sour, you know, but it's not like the other stuff in that like it's sour the whole way, you know. I mean, I don't know if the gum is sour. I'm never gonna reach there before my fucking before my camera is full. But yeah, if these weren't, if I had a larger mouth to eat these, I'd probably like them more. But yeah, I like that they're sour all the way through, and not just like an outer layer of sour. That's good. It's good. Let's put them on the table. Next we have Sours Mini Starburst. Why do they have Sours way at the top? Why wouldn't they put Sours after Mini Starburst? Or just say Sour Mini Starburst rather than Sours Mini Starburst. Many choices. What do they got for flavors? Cherry, blue raspberry, watermelon, and strawberry. Hey, blue raspberry in here. Okay, cool. Wait. So for sour fucking Starburst, like blue raspberry, that's a good addition. I like that. Cherry, classic, you know, a sour cherry thing. That's pretty good, right? I get it. And like, okay, strawberry, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Strawberry is one of the basic flavors of Starburst. Fine. Fine. But you're telling me these motherfuckers were like, we're gonna take out lemon, the best fucking, like the most, like, of course it's gonna be sour fucking thing ever, and replaced it with goddamn watermelon? Well, these are not as many as I thought. The package makes them look like they're very small. They're larger than on the package. They didn't even pull the actual size shit. They look like this. Which on the package they're like even weetsier than that. You know? Like, I don't know. Let's do a few of them. Let's do 3. Good round number of 3. There's like a hint of sour. It's not very sour. They're a little more sour, I guess, than a regular Starburst, so there's that. But they're not like, at least they're not claiming to be like super sour or something. They're just kind of sour, so it's not bad. They are so. The blue raspberry really overpowers anything else you have in here, though. Like, the other flavors don't really have a chance to shine. Wait, what flavor is that, then? Oh, maybe that's watermelon. It's like a bright one. I don't know. They look like Easter candy. I don't know. Constantly reevaluating my life choices when I'm looking over there. There's a few of these. I don't even really need to eat these, but I'm just going to grab them out of here anyway, because these are Sour Bunch, not to be confused with Sour Patch. They're like little sour straw things, and they're delicious. And I think they have like 3 flavors, like a green. Maybe there's 4. A green, an orange, red, like a purple. And I'm just going to eat one because I know I like them, but why not? Mmm. Yes. Oh my god. Mmm. Because they're like kind of like a Twizzler. And there's like a sour stuff around it. And there's also like sour goop in the middle of it. So like, god damn, they're good. Also, I like how I decided so fast. I was just like, yes, of course they're good. I am done eating the one that I ate. Before I'm like, next thing, the I'm grouping those all together too, because I think it's hard to get those individually. I would imagine you probably would just get a pack of them. And I had a shitload of those when we had them left over from Halloween candy. God, they're so good. Eat those for fucking ever. What is this? Oh, here we have Crybaby Tears extra sour candy. Now I don't know if that's the same as like the Crybaby gum thing, or if that's like unrelated. Flavors are grape, lemon, cherry, orange, and watermelon, as they say on the little side thing here. I like that. It looks neat. My fingers are getting fairly sticky. I'm glad I'm not typing anything, or I would have sticky keys. Or if I was unlocking things. Oh, these are big. I'm gonna take a lemon one. They're like teardrops. Your tears taste sour. Okay. 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 Okay, those are pretty good. Those are like... Oh. I'm also a dumbass. There's a little thing that says to press here on the side. You can roll them out of there instead of opening the box. But, I fucked that up. Yeah, oh, God, these are good. Interesting flavor to have grapes. Sour grapes. But, like... Yeah, they're kind of like a sweet tart, if you've had those. Whereas, you know, it's kind of like... You start biting into it and it's kind of like almost powdery. So they're pretty soft. God, these are good. I don't know. Wow, I remember I gotta put the box over there. I almost put it next to my other pile of shit over here. I'm like, this is the stuff I started to eat. But I only have one of all these, so I gotta put it over here. I like them. They're not the most sour. Okay on the sour to front, you know, in the sour department. In the sour front partment, but it's... I'll put it over there. Almost done. Just keep telling myself that. We're almost done. What the fuck? Hi, Chew! Gesundheit. It's, oh no, it's green apple. Oh no. Oh no. Immensely fruity and intensely chewy candy. It look for the little picture at the bottom, it looks like Hubba Bubba Max, like the gum. It's in a package just like that too, like it's gum. Do you think that they did the same? Oh, this is best before July 25th, so I'll try to eat one before that. It's of this year, to be fair. This is just like that hubbub of, like, Max, the gum packaging. It's like, oh god. There's probably a little... So, the keen observer will notice I opened here, and I didn't open there. So, I'm a dumb fuck. But since it's open anyway, let's get this shit over with. What? Oh. Oh. See, because the picture has it like a two-tone thing down there. But the actual gum, it was individually wrapped, but there's not that two-tone thing going on. It's just a block. Candy, not gum, candy. Why did it have to be green apple? I think the saddest part that really emphasizes that I'm colorblind is that at first glance when I saw this in the box, I was like, holy shit, this looks like sour orange gum. It's orange and has a picture of an orange on it. What an idiot. I'm also noticing something on the package just now that it doesn't say anything about it being really sour. And it's not. So that's probably why. It's just green apple. It's like fucking green apple gum. What a piece of shit. Here we got Rip Rolls. Now we're gonna rip you up. Then we're gonna roll you around. Then we're gonna eat this thing. It's green apple. Fuck me. 40 inches of fun. I really don't want to do this. But it does look sour on the package. So at least it's not just regular green apple. I'm glad I didn't bother drinking water to wash my mouth out from that. What in the fuck is going on here? Oh, is it on a little... Oh, it's on a little tray! Oh, ew. Where do you start? Up here, maybe? Yeah, oh, god. So it, like, wraps around the back. Can I even get this off of itself? Is that even a thing I can do? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's coming apart. Let's unroll that bad boy. That's a good amount right there. The package, put that back in the little holder, claims it is intense fruit juice flavor. Okay. Okay. So I was worried at first when I saw intense fruit juice on it. I saw I mentioned fruit juice on the front. I was like, did they blow this thing like with juice in the middle? That sounds like a mess. But basically, how I would compare this to like a... That's not bad. To like a Fruit by the Foot. That's the one. Fruit by the Foot. Where they had the big roll of fruit. So they don't have any paper on it. So it's going to stick to itself a lot. I imagine if you get these in less fresh condition, they're just going to be a mass you have to like just take chomps out of. But they've done that by doing this way though. It's like kind of cool because then you get like coating on so much of it. And the flavor, even though it's green apple, which is like, as we probably figured out by now, not one of my favorite flavors for sour or anything, it's okay. You know, it's for green apple, it's pretty good. And it's like not really sour, but it's like a little bit sour. Like if you got like one that was supposed to be like a sweet green apple, it would be like, this sucks. But because it's a little bit sour, it's like, oh, there's something there. There's something to it. I bet if it was a different flavor, if it wasn't fucking green apple, this was like orange or lemon or like, you know, cherry or some shit like that, which I'm sure they have. Be awesome. It could have been awesome. Almost done. Then I can eat real food. It's the last thing in the box. More Warheads! Warheads, little worms! There's a little Warhead stuff. Nearly don't have the spray though. I bet there's stuff I haven't even had that's Warheads. But they have like the... God, remember that? Like the spray stuff you get. I'm kind of surprised it isn't in any of these. Now more fruity and sour. Sour outside, sweet and chewy inside, wiggly all over. Little worms. Little in size, huge in the flavor. I'm guessing these are going to be pretty good. I like gummy worm things. Sour gummy worms are usually really good. I'm easy selling that. That's probably why I kind of like that other thing, is because it was kind of like similar to a sour gummy worm type thing. As long as the worm itself is fine. Oh, all these are very little. These are very little. Incredibly little worms. Look at this. Look how tiny, whiny these are. Those are some little boys. I wonder if you can get big ones. They're probably the same flavors and stuff too, so let's do it. They really aren't that sour either. They're a little bit sour, but like, not a lot. Flavors are similar to the actual Warheads candy, so that's good for brand purposes. Bad for me, because I don't think their regular flavor parts of the things are that much. That good. That whatever. It's kind of an underwhelming gummy worm, because it's not super sour, and once you get to the flavor of the actual worms, kind of, you know, it's like that. Which brings us to one last item over here. I can never finish chewing this motherfucker. This was neither in the box nor the bag. A trolley of sour Brite crawlers. I know I like these, but I gotta be sure. After having these, I gotta be sure. I gotta know. My favorite ones are like the full-size sour gummy worms of these that are like in the... like there's an all-berry variant of them. It's awesome. I'm gonna eat these. And again, these aren't very sour. These are very mildly sour. Probably about as sour, honestly. But the flavor is so good. Say what you will about Trolli, but they make a damn good gummy. It's a good flavor. It's good like texture to it. It's not like too tough. It's not too chewy. It's not too like sticky. It's really good. Awesome. Let's go play some stuff. So in the final rundown here, the dead last, I got the candy button sours because they barely tasted like anything. You got the high chew green apple gum, not sour. So, you know, I mean, if it was, it had more flavor than the buttons. That's mainly why it's there. These things, whatever the hell the fuck they are, I don't know, but they did kind of taste like generic candy. Again, not sour. Fun Dip, sour. Just the actual like dip part, the powder stuff. Maybe I could put that on something or just eat it like a fucking pixie stick. But it's like, it's such a hassle to eat a Fun Dip thing and the sticks. And it's just, I don't like this. It's a hassle. and not that sour, but I don't know. It's there, I guess. It's somewhat. It's a tiny bit of sour, I guess. The sour cherry fruity Tootsie Roll just tastes like regular cherry. It's good, but not sour. I gave the Effruty fries a little bit of generosity because I love the little cardboard cutout thing for the box of fries. They just don't have that much flavor, and they're not very sour, like, at all. Also, this is lower than that because even though I like the Tootsie Roll better, you could just get a thing of, like, a bunch of flavors and stuff instead of just a sour one, so, I don't know. Kind of a weird thing. The Blowpops, the Super Blowpops, the Super Blowpops, they're fine. They're too big for my mouth, so they're a bit of a hassle, but they're good. Good flavors, some sour, and it's sour all the way through. So, you know, having that there is okay. And the Crybaby, you know, Double Bubble Extreme Sour Bubblegum. It's pretty sour on the outside. It's just like a really sour gumball with decent bubblegum in it, but it's only sour for that first part. The Mike and Ice I'd love to put higher, but it kept bumping back down because it was so sticky. Like, the sour was good, and the lemon was good. But just, they're so fucking sticky that they were, like, really bothersome to get it out of my teeth after I ate one. So, they're kind of annoying. Warheads, little worms. They're not really sour, like, barely at all. And the flavor is just kind of, whatever. They taste kind of like, they're basically not sour Warheads, and then they taste like, you know, the not sour part of a Warhead afterwards was like this, the lamest part. But, they're also a little bit tough when I eat them, so I put them down here. I put them just under the Sour Patch, because Sour Patch Kids are, you know, the sour part's good. As soon as that sour stuff is gone, though, the rest of the gummy is just not very pleasant. The Starburst Mini Sours, Sours Mini Starburst, that's what it is. Or Starburst, as it is now. Not that sour, but vaguely sour. They're okay. They're slightly more pleasant to eat compared to the Sour Patch Kids, even if they're much less sour. The Smarties Extreme Sours, they're just kind of refreshing. They're like a little bit of sour, a little bit of sweet. They're small, and they're just kind of nice. The Crybaby Tears are pretty good. They're decently sour, and they're like, you know, like I said, they're kind of like sweet tarts, but like sour. Just more, which is a more extreme version of tart, I guess. The Rip Rolls, I would probably put this higher if I had a better flavor. Green apple wasn't doing me a whole lot of favors, but like I do like the taste of it. I think it's like a good gummy. I think if this was just a, you know, better flavor, or if I knew, if I had proof on me and knowledge that more flavors existed, I would probably move this higher. But as it stands, if there's only a green apple, it's got to be there. The Warheads Sour Booms I'd never had before. They're like essentially like what I was saying, they're like a worse sour Skittles, which are better. The better flavor afterwards, and the texture's a little bit better, even if the Warhead ones are a little bit more sour. Then we've got the Toxic Waste, which I've never had before. I love this little container for this, too. And they're basically like Warheads. They're a similar concept, but these seem to have more flavor to them. Like, the flavor they have after the sour's gone is better. And they usually have a bit of that flavor in with the sour part, so I really, really do like those. They can get pretty damn sour, too. So I was fairly impressed with those. They were beat out a little bit by these sour Razzles, which were a little bit sour when you first, you know, have them in your mouth. Then when you start to chew on them, they have like a big burst of extra sour in them, and they're just kind of like chewy. They were really tasty. I really liked those. And then Warheads. Again, I just kind of grouped them, even though I originally tried all the different ones. I didn't really need to, I guess. They're really good. Basically, the thing is, like, it's a trade-off, right? When you have Warheads, the part after the sour is not really something you're looking for, so I left them up here. Because if you want something sour, Warheads are fucking great. That sour, like, that's packed into them. It's just really, really good. I like them a lot. And then we get to this part up here. It's maybe going to be a bit controversial, even for my standards. The Trolli Sour Brite Crawlers. These are the minis. I like the big ones too. We have the minis. And the minis are just, they're really, I don't know, they're just really fucking tasty. The gummy is really nice, you know, texture and softness, and just, yeah, the flavor's great. Even if it's not very sour, especially compared to a lot of this other stuff, there's a little bit of something there, and I like them a lot more than just the regular sweet gummy worm stuff. And then Sour Punch is fantastic. Something I didn't even know about until like last year. So I've only known about these for like a few months. They're like a Twizzler, but fucking sour stuff on the outside and sour goop on the inside too. So they're just like all sour and delicious, and oh, they're so good. So I'm a big fan. That is the spread of sour candies. I guess if we're still here, see if I can hobble this together quick. How quickly can I? Oh, I can probably just put this right back on here, huh? We got one little special surprise for anybody who stuck around with me and was like, "Hey, I know this video is terrible and all, but gosh, I like that Sam feller. This is gonna be for you, I guess." To get in position, I planned this very quickly. I quote-unquote planned this. Am I even in the shot? Oh, basically, you probably just saw what I have. I've got Warheads, sour drinks, green apple soda, lemon soda. I didn't even know these were a thing, but like, there they are. So if you're still here, let's try these out. I assume this is gonna not be that good, but we'll see just how sour these become. We'll start with my favorite flavor. Oh no, it smells too exactly like a green apple Warhead. Oh. Ooh. Holy shit. That's like that is like it's kind of like, it's similar to that spray I was talking about, where like you get so much of the sour, but you don't have like the sweet stuff necessarily afterwards to be like, oh, whatever. So the green apple flavor is just hidden by the oh my fucking god. Ooh. Oh, that is good. That is really good. I'm going to have to not drink both of these, but I am going to try them both and seal one up. Let's do lemon. It smells like soda. Not too close to that one, am I? Weird, it doesn't have like any scent. Oh. Oh! Ooh! Oh. Oh, fuck. That's really good. Oh, it's like a... Yeah, it's almost like a... Yeah, it's just like it's a lemon soda, like you would expect, but it's also sour. Fuck, those are really good. I wasn't really sure what to expect. But, fuck yeah. I approve. Congratulations. These are fantastic. Oh my god. I think this is kind of reminding me a little bit of, it's a little bit like, somewhat similar to Sundrop, somewhat similar to, whatever the fuck that Mountain Dew was that had lemon in it, that Mountain Dew that was like lemon flavor or whatever. It's kind of like that, but sour, like more sour. Wow. That's outstanding. That's the way too long video that nobody asked for and nobody's going to watch. I hope you liked it. I hope I edited it down to not insanely long. And now I should probably eat real food. Or, I don't know, go into a coma or something. So, thanks for watching and whatever. How do you end videos? So, the one other thing I was gonna bring up that I didn't really say, it's not really a sponsored video, but it was funded partially by my friend that got me the initial bag of sour candy. So, shout outs to Furf, that's at PFERFF. On Instagram, you can go and follow. I was not told to do this either. I just decided to now because I'm like, how do I end a video? And I don't know how, so I'll do the plug. Maybe I'll put that in the description. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. See what I remember to do. I'm still not even sure if this is real or I'm having some kind of a weird dream. So we'll know eventually. You know. Yeah. I don't know. But thanks. I appreciate it, like having I didn't really need to make a video out of it, but God fuck it, I did. So on that note, I'm gonna leave.